thought that had a fan. Oh, hey, 10 o'clock, got a flight out. Yeah, I'm going back out to Japan. I got 2 Billy truck and a bitch door with a land. Got my best man. I got my tails when I step out. Yeah, your boy got a doorman. I go to nightclubs with a. Yeah, they call me the madman. I ain't no madman. I just go crazy, man. Ball hard, can't face, man. Choppers, rip wasteland. This what happen when you give it a taste like.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach, and this is Monday Night Football on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be an intriguing matchup between the New Orleans Saints and the Philadelphia Eagles. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. They come in playing pretty good football, winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And last week they put together a 3-touchdown victory and were never challenged in that game. Let's see if they have a little bit of a letdown here.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. The return comes from Orleans Darkwa. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the first pick of the 2nd round back in 2001, and that's the veteran Drew Brees.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie. One of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
Brees now on 1st down. And Hill with it over the middle. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. For the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings.
False start, offense.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
A false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on 2nd down. And here's motion again, and that's going to be 2 in a row.
False start, offense.
So that'll back him up 5. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. Again, and they'll march even further backward.
False start, offense.
That's on Teron Armstead, the left tackle. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. They'll run him now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Brees. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the third down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up fourth down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3-and-out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And on the ground they go with a running back. In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
Right. What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snoot full, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game. What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
And complete to Zach Ertz. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A nice gain of 21 yards.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of their defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that'll open things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where he, the big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it. That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on there heals a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
Here's Wentz to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Play action. Now Wentz. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They begin on the ground with Kamara. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Breeze on the draw, gives to Kamara. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for it in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Hey, we're waiting.
On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at about the 14. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. First is Wentz. This complete left side to Aguilar. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. A gain of 6 there on first. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Wentz. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Cameron Jordan in there to get him for a loss of 5.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. The first catch for Jeffrey. Good enough for a first down.
And the key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, 3rd down. Spectacular catch turns into a first down.
First down saves him from a 3 and out.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Being strong up the middle is imperative. I don't care what your sport, but in football, when you've got a D tackle who can contribute not only to occupying bodies, but also making plays on the ball carrier, that's when you have the cornerstone of a solid run defense.
From midfield, here's Wentz. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. There he goes left side. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Short throw, pick 6 right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Will Lutz on for the point after. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Carson Wentz, along with his offense, heading back out there for their next possession. And looking to erase his memory bank from his opening drive a moment ago that ended in a pick-6 for the first points of the ball game.
And in my experience, a lot of quarterbacks, after throwing a pick-6, the first thing they want to do is fire another one and get those points back immediately. But what really helps you get back in sync is a good, long, methodical drive, mixing the run and the pass. Tamp things down a little bit.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up.
Come on now. Come on now. Let's go.
Shotgun now for Wentz. He's going to rifle one deep left, and that's caught inside the 35. A big gain of 38 there on 3rd down.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. And they'll go on the ground. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. 1st and 10 at the 19. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They'll roll him out right. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Wentz now on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be incomplete. Coverage there by Von Bell.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum? First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. On 2nd down, here's Breeze. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Breeze to throw on 2nd down. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Quan Alexander coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. And there they bring pressure from the inside, and they get home.
Yeah, hard to block everyone, isn't it? And on this play, someone did not get blocked. He's the one who got home.
Third and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Shotgun now for Breeze. And going deep for Hill. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead it just brings up 4th down.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at the 23. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 38. Working from the gun, Wentz. He's going to launch this thing way downfield, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Setting up the receiver screen here to Thomas. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Break it down, fellas, break it down. Everyone come forward. Ready? You ready?
On first down, Breeze. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Ready? Ready?
On 2nd down, Kamara. What a spin. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10.
Ready? Waiting.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. Finding room to the 20 and down to the 16-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Into the red zone, it's Breeze. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Mike Bennett in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Traquan Smith, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints add on to their lead.
That score was not a game clincher by any stretch of the imagination. But the other team now has to be careful to not let this game begin to slip away.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. Lutz with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Flag down. This could set him back.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
Now, this is going to put him back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And he'll hit Jeffrey complete. And a loose football. The Saints say they have it, and they do.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy. I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's had his chances in this game. He just hasn't been able to find any daylight so far.
Patience, patience, patience. And that's the hard part for a run.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Cameron Meredith, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. This is taken at the 3. Shifts by him, and now running right through it. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Caught by the tight end Ertz.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but
Still
all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. Final play of the 1st half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10.
Ready, yellow lady.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the 2nd half in Week 8 in the NFL. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. Carson Wentz and the Eagles make their way out to the field. And he's looking to take much better care of the football here in half 2 after 3 first-half interceptions.
We don't have to just look strictly at the numbers here. You know what else happens to a team when you turn it over 3 times like that? It erodes confidence in you. and it erodes confidence in the offense. And now you have the defensive guys looking over and saying, what is going on here? And instead of playing for the team, they're playing angry and mad at their teammates. Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about?
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And to the 43, so down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. First possession in the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days. It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. On target over the middle to Hill. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
On third down, here's Kamara. Taking it right down Broadway. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
Ready. You're waiting.
Now Breeze on third down. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away but could not. Timmy Jernigan able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that'll bring up fourth down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You talk about some terrific. I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yet in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. It's caught by Aguilar. And bulldozing his way through. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage. The drag route can be effective when it's run well.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they did a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Smallwood, and he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Do you think after that last run they're thinking to themselves, we had to wait all day to play this night game, and we're still not able to run the ball the way we want to?
Yeah, this defense, they've risen to the challenge all evening long. Touchdown, Eagles!
It's never fun for a defense to run on the field knowing that they're having to defend a short field. Just the idea of trying to limit an offense in that position, daunting for a defense.
Elliott good with a PAT, and it makes the score 21-10. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays, and it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Elliott now to kick this one away. Here comes Darkwa. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold it.
And it pushes way forward to about the 32. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. And Hill with it over the middle. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Breeze now on 1st down. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Breeze now to throw. They'll air it out deep for Thomas. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Breeze to throw on 3rd and 1. And he locates Josh Hill, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Extending the arm.
Oh, yes, it works.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Right back to him on first down. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Saints add on to their lead. And there he had to break multiple tackles to earn that touchdown. Bottom line, he earned that touchdown.
Indeed he did. That was pretty much a get-off-of-me run and all the way into the end zone.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. Lutz good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that drive goes 8 plays, and the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And as we peer at the numbers, he got off to a struggling start, but since then really found his rhythm.
And I think that comes together with not just the halftime adjustments, but just that quiet confidence. If you just keep doing the things you've been working on, eventually there will be creases. You know, find those gaps in the defense, keep working on them, and maybe what didn't happen very well for you in the beginning of the game, it starts to open up as the game moves on.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Ertz has it left side.
Illegal forward pass. Offense.
So the big play nullified, illegal forward pass.
And maybe we know why they were able to get such a good chunk of yardage on that play. That pass was illegal.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Aguilar has it. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the 4th quarter. Throwing on first is Wentz. And now here is another